Hi friends, this is DaintyTank, and guess what? We're back at Boris and the Dark Survival Part 3. I can count this time. Anyways, poke the Totoro. For the other ones, you know the drill. If you don't, then hi, welcome to this channel. Please hit the subscribe button. I'd love it if you did. I've got like 12, 13 right now, and I just want to have more people hanging out with me. I love the ones that are. And I'm glad that you're here. So let's just jump straight in. My hair is a mess today, and I am just geeked out for... Always potatoes right there. Okay. But I am geeked out for the SpaceX launch that's happening today. Did you know? So space! I've got like my space shuttle shorts and my space shirt, and I'm all rocked out. I am really excited about the launch itself. It's gonna be fun. Okay, so this is Boris and the Dark Survival. If you haven't seen it, it's really cute, really fun. Like, I love the top-down style with Boris, or Chapter 3 Boris, who sadly met his end as a brute Boris, Mecha Boris, whatever. But let's just jump straight in. Whoop whoop. Oh, I have to start over every time? It's a sit all the way through game. Okay. So yeah. That's, maybe I might live stream this later. Like, just do a whole, like, single run. Boop boop. Gotta love windy areas. Come on. Oh, that's why I'm using the wrong keys. Boop, boop, boop. That's a long doom haul. It's a very particularly long doom haul. Particularly. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this about me. Probably not. Mrs., Misters, Mixes, Mrs. I don't remember all of them. I think Mix is the, MX is the, gender neutral term. Which is really cool. Oh, am I running this way? Do I need to run? Yeah, I need to run. Oh, I really need to run. Boop. Alright, so time. I am a NASA freak. I always have been into space travel. I love space. I'm missing the spoon. You gonna come back by? Yeah. Okay. So, space to me was always something that was a absolute delight. Because, really? Alright, that's fine. We'll go this way. Nope. Because when I was 8, got the awesome experience of going to one of the space centers. Don't go right. I need to go right. Go down. Keep going down. Good, Bendy. But yeah, I got the great experience of going to a space center. And honestly, it was everything and more I wanted. I learned that I was very much a NASA head. I always wanted to be on a shuttle. Unfortunately, the shuttles were discontinued. Well, that's not fair. Ha! He was right there. Oh well. the space shuttles were discontinued, which is sad. I'll talk about it more once it loads, because it always lags on load. I'll watch. What? It didn't. Proving me wrong. Silly game. Anyways. Yeah, it was discontinued in 2011. The last space shuttle went up, which made sense. Honestly, they were designed, and I'm speaking about this because, let me preface, that really pisses him off. Tape.
So here's where the weird starts. I was mopping up some of Mr. Connor's spilled ink in that little room he called the laboratory. He can call it a laboratory all he wants, but it used to be the employee coat closet. Anyway, there I was mopping. But that puddle, I'm telling you, it kept moving this way and that way, like it had the spots or something. If these messes keep being like this, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. Is that everything down here? Okay. But I actually went to school for aerospace engineering. Because, you know, I loved it. It was absolutely everything to me. Doop, doop, doop. Okay, so there's a miracle box down here. Cool. I am just not finding things on this run. Not even Bendy. Unless his heart, like, makes him stop. Why is it a heart? And we never talked about that. Anyways. Okay. Sheesh. Not much around. But the space shuttle was designed, actually, to be a little smaller than it inevitably became. Became the workhorse, but the initial designs were meant for it to be... Oh, there's some stuff to the left. That's probably where Bendy is. Was meant to be more of an easy maintenance. Like, it was meant to be parked like a plane. It was meant to have just super easy transitions and quicker turnaround. Yay! Now this is gonna be fun. We're gonna wait here for a second. So, it's meant to have a quicker turnaround, right? Where you're able to just, like, do a quick refurb, quick refresh, and then you shove it back out. What ended up happening was that the plates were, the thermal plates and heat shield on the outside was actually so sensitive, and required so much maintenance, it just took a lot of time. Every single element of it had to be done in a clean room space, and so it couldn't just be parked in a hangar. That's not how it was. And then the way that they designed it actually made it very, you know, reliant on an external fuel source. Let's see if we can get through. Nope. So we'll play Ring Around the Rosie. Come on, chase me. Got it. Okay. But the engines were basically one of the most extensively tested of any system. Like, fundamentally tested. Nope, nothing yet. Two. Still just two. But at least it lets you keep that, so, like, that's good. I think this game is basically, like, a, Let's Player's nightmare, basically, of just resetting every time. Almost like roguelike. I know everybody does, like, avoid roguelites during Let's Plays, and that's basically it. It's just, it resets every single time. Anyways, let's go back to space. I like talking about space. I am a space head. I can't even tell you enough. Like, within reach. Just got a shuttle. And I'm putting it back onto a shelf that has 4 other shuttles. The fighter stealth jet, the Nighthawk, as well as the SR-71. I'm blanking on the name. I think it was the F-144 or 177. I forgot the name, the actual, like, code for the Nighthawk, but it's okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I was at Aerospace Geek, like, that was awesome for me. It was, like, the shuttle, the programs, everything about NASA. Waiting. Day 2! Yay. Ooh. I like it when there's things right here. But so the engines of the Space Shuttle were one of the most tested. Ooh, tape found. It was one of the most tested engine systems ever in history. Out in California, in that test range there. Sheesh, so this is a death hallway. Which way you coming? That way. So, love the character model. That's just awesome. It's one of the most tested in history. But the way that it connects to the shuttle is basically they're meant to be for initial launch. That's what the orange section is. So there's an orange cone, and then there's 2 solid rocket boosters right beside it. That was a liquid fuel tank that was connected in via 3 joists. 2 on top and 1 on bottom. Or I think it's the other way around. Either way. 3 joists. And those joists actually pump the liquid nitrogen into the system for the engines to then fire. And all of that liquid fuel was used up on launch. The problem with this is, hi Bendy, is that once you have that solid booster like emptied on launch and disconnected, you're hauling around 3 gigantic engines through space that you don't need. Not one bit. It's just not needed. Extra weight. And in that way, it's actually hilarious. The Braun, the version made by the Soviets, was actually a little more efficient. It was only flown once, but it was more efficient because the engines themselves weren't actually... The engines on the space shuttle, their version of the shuttle, was actually used for guidance and not used for anything else. Boop. Really? Come here. Go this way. Ah, no, I got stuck. Oh well. Hopefully it can let us keep our tape. Hopefully we got the tape. Ah. So. But it was used for actually maneuvering in space, because anytime that you have to maneuver in space, you have to fire your boosters. Fire in your rockets. Not firing your lasers, it's firing your rockets to move and adjust in space, which is really cool. But they actually had a system, it was called the Aegis, that was a gigantic rocket that was just basically like throw solid rocket fuel at it and see if it works. And so none of the fuel was going through the Braun, so they were two different systems that were just connected to go, right? Since the space shuttle was integrally connected to its fuel source and the engines therein, like, it's extra cost, extra weight, basically loss of payload capability, ultimately, because of the fact that you had to use that extra weight on your engines. So the Soviets kind of made a better version because they brute forced it, really. Anyways, let's get into this tape. Please be strong.
My father was a butcher. Rest his soul. My mother and I had only each other while I was growing up. She taught me how to be resilient, strong. But now, I am afraid of that demon outside my door. I saw so many things dismembered in my father's butcher shop. I'm having images of myself ending up as they did, their bodies broken and pulled apart. Please come find me.
Well, that was intense. Okay. Shoo-hoo-hoo. You're resilient and that was a lot. Okay. Anyways, that was me geeking out about space. The fun thing about yeah, we have time. Why don't we go for another run? And I'll keep talking about space. By the way, I drink my coffee black. It's just, since it's limited access to grocery stores and trying to avoid having to go that much, to avoid exposure of us and the essential workers who are doing their jobs, you know, I end up resorting to more of my Girl Scout camp days of doing instant coffee.
So here's my beef with this whole gym thing. I went to school. Yeah, that's right. Me. Star student at high. I know my potatoes. So where's this Mr. Connigan on telling me what to do? These college boys, they can tell you what's wrong, but if you try to fix it on them, they're out of here.
Thank you, Ollie. Mr. Wally Franks, everybody. Okay, so the fun about SpaceX and the launch today is that the SpaceX Dragon, odd fuse, is basically the first time that America has launched a rocket from its own platform since 2011 when the Space Shuttle program was brought down. Since then, we've been renting from Russia. We had one failed rocket from Russia that actually the crew safely ejected. Don't go there. I know. I went there. I almost went there. Don't. Stay here. Okay. So, that's really fun, and is very important, because it's basically America's return to space. Boop, 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 boop. Got it. That was quicker than I thought. Woo! I probably could do this all in one shot. I might do a live stream sometime. Just to do this one. So why not? We just got a level in 3 minutes. But not only is it America's return to space, it's also significant because it's privatization of space. Essentially, NASA is a client, which I don't know how I feel about. Like, technically, it creates more of a chance for innovation via having competing things, because not only is there the SpaceX Dragon, which is launching today, there's also the Boeing Starliner, whatever, that is also being tested as another source of getting people and items. Ooh, that was close. To space. And so it's not just on Dragon. However, like, Dragon just got there first. But essentially what it could do is create competition between companies, and that's generally a good thing, actually. You want that because it drives down prices, it causes innovation, which are all great things. Tune found. I like tunes. Okay. 2 gator sets. Ha ha ha. Causes innovation, but it also causes a potential problem of a push to please the client that could create some problems in that safety gets ignored. We kind of saw that a little bit with NASA itself with the Challenger program. I know I'm saying something that's a little hurtful, but the Challenger was absolutely devastating. Look. Okay, chair. I don't understand that. Oh, good. This is a circle.
If there's one loose bolt around here, we're gonna have a whole mess of trouble. And when you know it, that Wally guy is one loose bolt. He keeps the floors clean, he says. He didn't sign on for no science project. All I know is
Oh, that was Thomas Connor calling Wally Franks a slacker. Oh, okay, so that's straight up. Let's go right. We haven't gone right yet. But with the Challenger project, there was a few people who were trying to stop the launch below 32 degrees because what happened is the O-rings were effectively oh, I have gone right. Really? I wonder if I could have just stayed there. Boop. Okay. But the O-rings got frozen and like they shrank because they were effectively a rubber polymer in the cold. And so where they were meant to like expand and heat up to kind of close a crevice that was between two major plates between these two different parts of the rocket booster, the solid rocket booster. And so during the launch, it started causing smoke, and you saw that on the platform because the O-ring was too cold, and so it didn't create a whole space to be that buffer for those two stages. And so the fire actually got around it, but luckily there was like a little bit of aluminum just slag that happened from it that plugged it up. And it looked like it was going to be okay until it got higher up and some wind hit it, and the slag came out, and the O-ring was already burnt to crisp and was not able to expand anymore into the crevice. So a jet of fire hit the liquid booster tank, burnt through it, and unfortunate catastrophe happened. But it was engineers tried to stop it. However, they were a third-party partner who was trying to stop a launch that was very important to the management. And the management did not want to see that launch halted. And so basically it went from this is dangerous to this is dangerous, you need to stop to save these people's lives, to it'll be okay, it'll be fine. Which obviously it was not. We're just unlucky on this run. That, or he's just hanging out where I need to go. Which could also be it. Oh yeah, that's for sure it. That's gonna be fun. Just go for it. Yeah! Did it. Okay, that was fun. Woo! Got a couple things to check. Sammy's Doodles. Okay. And then the padlock. Check on the padlock. But I am going to say, so it was SpaceX Dragon launch was delayed because of weather on Thursday. That was actually a really great idea because, as you saw with Challenger, they take it very seriously now. It unfortunately just did not come at a good time. No matter how scary some things may get, all things can pass, and hope always endures. With this update for Boris and Dark Survival, all of us at the studio wish the world strength, courage, health, and full hearts. We can solve so much if we all work together. The Bendy team. That's really sweet. Woohoo! Well, with that glorious message, thank you, Bendy team. Meatly and I forgot your other creators' names, but no, thank you, Bendy team. That's really awesome. It's a really great message to put into your game that I just noticed. That's awesome. With that, as the note says, stay safe, stay courageous, full of hearts. I love you all. I'll talk to you later. Subscribe and come back. Hang out more. You know you want to. And then we can hang out together. Alright. Love you all. Bye!